guys, this is part 2 for my video of things that you can use to do overhead like recording. So whenever I'm like doing a drawing tutorial, what I can do. So I showed you before my iPad stand that I place my iPad on. This is my second option right here that I will use sometimes. So I'm going to unwind the cable. I should have done this in the beginning. But anyways, this is IPEVO's Ziggy Cam. Okay, so I bought this online because I originally had one of these when I was working in public school. So these were great for just a document camera. So it has a USB attachment right here. Costs about $100. Yeah, I think I paid $100 for it, or maybe like $99 online for it. This is the 4K one. So here was the thing, why I sometimes use it and sometimes I don't. I use this more often in class when I'm doing live demos. I'm not as fond of using it here at home when I'm doing online learning and I'm trying to do some of these tutorials. Probably because I always have to prop it up on something, and it's the oddest thing. I'm like struggling and looking for books and things to stack it up on, and those things take up space. Obviously you can see behind me, and I always hated coming like back and forth with the books and then putting them back, so I prefer my iPad stand. Now this is actually really great. I mean, it plugs in, it works on Mac or PC. They have proprietary software that works with this. Probably the one thing I really wish in the IPEVO software that it would by default allow you to kind of set it into a certain orientation, because you have to like move this and then figure out like either you have to move this to set it up so it records that it's looking in the same direction as if you were looking overhead on it, or you have to actually rotate it inside the software. So I almost wish like there was a default that you could just always say, set it to this setup, because I would always forget. You would think I'd do it enough times I would remember, but I would always forget, and so it got a little bit frustrating, because if you always have it plugged in and set up, it's great, because then you're already set to go and you have everything. And I'd always have this in my classroom set up on a bunch of on a big plastic box. So anyways, I found at home it's just not conducive for me because I'm a very limited space, and so getting the boxes and things like that out was not my favorite thing to do. But I highly recommend this if you are teaching live demos in a classroom. Like in elementary school when I taught art, I would go ahead and read the little children's books that tied into the art lessons right on this. It would get projected directly from my laptop into a smartboard, so that's great. I've used this on another board that I have at my current school, and I would do painting demos or drawing demos, and it worked great on that projector. It was a different kind of projector. I can't remember the name of or the brand of it. I think it was an Epson projector. Worked great. So in this instance, this is very tiny. You can see it folds down. Just be careful. Sometimes, if I remember correctly, you got to put the cord in here. Sometimes they've made it a lot more sturdy, this newer version, but in the old one I had, sometimes these parts right here could get damaged, and then it would get weak and stuff like that. So you want to be careful as far as if you're using it in a classroom, knocking it over and stuff like that. Not a good idea. But you can go ahead and record at the same time you're doing the live demo, and that video footage I've used before in my video tutorials. So anyways, the IPEVO, I'm going to go ahead and place a link in the description box. So if this is something that you want to check out, feel free to try it. I definitely would say if you're using it consistently in a classroom, this is excellent, really affordable. It might be more than $100 now, but it's something you could definitely budget for, and plug and play. Super easy, download the software and you're good to go. Okay? All right, thanks.